If the earth is a mother, when did she give birth? And where? To what? In June of 1913, Teilhard de Chardin, now a Jesuit priest, came to a region of recently discovered caves in northern Spain. Teilhard was studying geology and paleontology at the Museum of Natural History in Paris. He would enter those caves with a vision of evolution that went far beyond Darwin's. Something he called a current was running through everything, through the entire cosmos. Its origins were in matter, it was passing through life, and it was destined for spirit. One of those caves, El Castillo, had been discovered just 10 years before. Teilhard and his colleagues found fossilized bones there, dug up the remains of rhinoceros, ibex, bear, lion, hyena. But there was more, as he wrote in a letter to his parents. The end of the cave's hallway opens into a real grotto, about 650 feet long, filled with stalactites. It's there, and often in the most remote corners, that you find drawings and paintings from different epochs. There's an elephant, and also some does, and some horses. What's even more interesting is one wall covered with pictures of hands. They must have put their left hand against the rock, then drawn around it with ochre. The hands are white on a red background. The best paintings Teilhard found were in a cave by the seacoast in Altamira. I went there on Thursday. The grotto was nothing to look at from the outside, just a little hole in the midst of green firs and meadows filled with orchids. It had been completely sealed off, which kept the paintings intact, and was found by accident during a mining operation. I found a marvelous sight in one section where the roof is covered with magnificent bison, painted in red, yellow, and black, and with an extraordinary degree of clarity and expression. There were 9 of them, all very well preserved, each about 7 feet long. I especially liked the one which was pictured in the midst of a charge and whose eyes were livid with rage. When you think that these were drawn during an age when Egyptian culture was surely non-existent, you are completely amazed. Eventually, discoveries like this would be made around the world. In Indonesia, art from 40,000 years ago. Somaliland, 20,000. Egypt, 10,000. Argentina, 9,000. Australia, untold thousands, recently repainted. In 1940, a network of caves was discovered in France near a manor known as Lascaux. Its art is now dated at 17,000 years. Teilhard was able to visit it near the end of his life. Everywhere, records of the moment when a planet caught in evolution's current awakened and gave birth to art, to something we call spirit. For Teilhard, the story of that birth first came to light in 1913 inside this cave, this womb. Early Michelangelos had painted this ceiling. I can assure you, he told his parents, that seeing these traces of a humankind earlier than any known civilization really gave us something to think about. It's wonderful to stand in front of it, alone, in an absolute silence that is broken only by the sound of water dripping from the stalactites.